So I've been asked about gents hair, and specifically curly gents hair, and how to keep it styled. So especially if it's overgrown and you can't get to the hairdressers. So first and foremost, you need to understand that curly hair always requires moisture. It's got open follicles. You need to constantly support those follicles to close. It's just the design of the hair. And so you're constantly needing to put moisture on it to give it the weight to close those follicles down. Okay, so what I would purposely or specifically advise you is that you start to use products that actually start to really nourish the hair. Now, the Moroccan oil is one of my #1 products. And thereafterwards, you're going to, once that goes into the hair, you're going to want to use something of a styling product that is either a light styling product, so like the hydrating styling cream, that will also hydrate, but at the same time style, and it's very light. Or if you need something heavier, and this is where you're going to have to gauge your hair and your hair type, then you're going to want to go for the curl defining cream. And that's going to be a much thicker consistency. And I'll show you that one because it really is a lot thicker consistency. Whereas if you look at the hydrating styling cream, you'll see this is the hydrating and it really falls apart much easier. So it has not got the same thickness as this one. So it's really down to what you deem or see your hair to be in terms of how much weight does it need to sustain and hold itself into the curl. So once you've established that, then you'll know which product to use. But you can see by those two consistencies that if you don't use Moroccan oil, for example, then you need something that's got a heavier consistency or something that's got a light one, depending on your hair type. So once that goes all into the hair, you're then looking to leave your hair to dry naturally. That's a really key pointer, is that the hair does need to be dried naturally, left to dry naturally. That stops the frizz. If you start getting a hairdryer out, you're going to get a lot more frizz happening. So you leave it to dry naturally, but you have to position it where you want it to sit. So you do have to maneuver it, whether it be slightly tuck it behind your ear, or, it's how you want it to be set. So you have to move the hair into how you want it, the parting that you want it in, all of that, before you leave it to dry. And then you leave it to dry. Once it's dry, then you can start to play with it a little bit more and put your fingers through it and position it even more into the style that you want. Don't touch it while it's wet, because if you touch it while it's wet, you'll disturb it and then it won't sit in the way that you want it to. So you've got to let it set, let it dry. Once it's dry, then you can start playing with it and moving it around. See how you get on with that.